class, how are you? I just wanted to go over the children's well-being and health observation PowerPoint assignment with you. So I'm just going to go over it real quick just to give you some clarification if needed. I like to do videos for each of the assignments so you kind of know what you're doing. So for this assignment, it is actually due coming up. So make sure you look at it. There's a module before module 1 called assignments here, and you can look at all the assignments with the video, okay? So the directions for this assignment will be you're going to create a PowerPoint or a Google slide presentation. And you're going to have on your Google slide or PowerPoint, you're going to have 6 slides. And it breaks it down right here. These slides are just answering the questions. So slide 1 will have the title and just your name and date, okay? Slide 2, we're going to look at the learning objectives, okay? So explain how health and safety nutrition collectively impacts children's well-being. And that will be just a couple sentences, that's it. Also describe the purpose and process of the daily health observation. So remember we talked about daily health observation in our discussion. Why is that? What's the purpose, right? So just a sentence or two about that. That will be on slide 2. Then on slide 3 will be the key concepts from chapter 1. So you're going to look at chapter 1 and answer that question. So you can put on the PowerPoint the question and answer it if you like, or just the answer. It's up to you. You know, be creative with the PowerPoint. Use pictures or the template that they have, but just be creative. With these, it's not that many. It's only really 5, and then the title page. So on slide 3, what is the interrelationship between health, safety, and nutrition? Well, how do they all go together from like chapter 1? And growth, development, and brain development in early childhood. Why is this important, right? So again, chapter 1 tells a lot about growth, development, and brain health. And you can just do some little bullet points for that. Slide 4 is what is the teacher's role in observing health and well-being, like you did on your discussion. So what is the role of a teacher? Of helping them feel safe, how is their health and well-being. So just add a couple bullet points for that. The importance of recording and observations accurately. Why is this important? How to collaborate with families on children's health. So how can we do that? And it tells you in chapter 2. Slide 5. You're going to have a couple questions. So how to prevent health strategies at a personal and community level support children's growth. So how does it help in the community support on personal and children's growth? Why is it important for teachers to understand developmental norms when doing health checks? So why is that important? And again, all of these could be found in chapter 1 and 2. And what are the ethical considerations in sharing children's health information? Who can we share it with? Who can we not maybe share it with? And last but not least is slide 6. You're going to watch these 2 videos right here, okay? And then you're gonna, if you were to conduct a daily health check on children in your care, what are 3 signs that you would look for? And if there are potential concerns, suggest next steps you would take. So again, just conduct a daily health check on the children. What are 3 signs that you kind of look for? For example, like how is their behavior? How do they look, sound? And then what if there is a concern, what would you do? Okay, and I just want to really put in there, watch the video also, and just remember the parent handbook is really important to have because it backs the teacher up, okay? So if you have to tell the parent that we cannot take the child because of some health concern that they have, that they potentially could get others sick, well, at least it's all in there. So it's supporting you as a teacher, okay? So that's one part. The next part is write a paper, like 2 to 3 page reflection, answering the question. So you can put this in question answer format. That's okay. So just write question 1, what key details should teachers look for during a daily health check to identify possible concerns? Just like we're doing in the PowerPoint, but now you're going to be a little more detailed, okay? These questions are more detailed. The PowerPoint's just like bullet points. And then again, these ones are really going into detail. You have a reference or you quote from the textbook. That's always great. Just like our discussions, how we're quoting from the textbook. At the end, you put the page number. You usually put the author's last name and page number. So please do that. So if you get some answers for any of these questions, and there's I think 11, 11 questions, and you're just going to answer. How can understanding developmental norms help teachers recognize when a child's behavior or appearance is atypical? And again, all of these answers are in chapter 1 and 2, and there's always typical behavior and atypical, which is something different, okay? And you're going to answer all of those questions in detail now, okay? And then you're going to have at the very end a personal reflection. So how might conducting regular daily health checks affect your approach to supporting children's growth and development? So again, this part of the assignment is really focusing on health. Our next one will be observation on safety. And then the last one is nutrition. So this one's really, kind of about the impacts of health and safety for the kids. So it's just really going into all of this, okay? So again, you'll answer those questions a little bit more thorough. And then you'll have 2 references, 2 resources. So what I want you to do is at the end of the paper, you're going to put references at the top, and then you're going to put at least 2 of them. You got one from probably the textbook, and what's another source that you got some information? Add that in there, okay? Again, this is just really talking about health for children, okay? There's lots of different types of health concerns that we may have for children as far as colds. A lot of kids get like hand, foot, and mouth disease. That sounds terrible, but it's actually not that bad. It's a rash. It could get bad, but it's very contagious. Rashes. Why is it just so important that teachers know about this? Okay? So I hope you enjoy doing this PowerPoint to be creative. And then, of course, the typed part would be around 2 pages, 2 to 3, double space. Okay, so double space. I don't even think I have that on there, but I will put that. Always double space your papers, okay? So you're going to submit your PowerPoint or Google presentation, and then you're also going to submit the typed assignment on Canvas, okay? Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.